Yo, what's up, guys? Today we are doing something different. We are in Save the World with my friend. I'm building him an AFK endurance. We are in a Discord. I will leave the description down below for the Discord. Is that okay if I do that? Like, kind of like TC plug him. Oh shit, who the fuck's this? Can you kick Nelly? Thank you. Uh, is it okay if you're? Wait, come here. Okay. Is it okay if I use this as a video? Can I put Twine Peaks Discord in it? Uh, so anyways, we are doing a giveaway. Not a giveaway, what the fuck am I saying? We are doing a Plankerton AFK endurance. So far, all you guys missed was the main part of the build. Not a main part, just like the home base part. So basically, we're just doing this for a little bit. Um, anyways, let's get into it. Um, let me just. I just need to basically get. So we're using these because these are my highest ceiling traps for uses. You always want to use uses that are really high. A lot of YouTubers who do AFK endurances, they tend to leave that out, which never leave that out because the second you leave that out, it's just gonna like not work out because you're gonna be like, huh, why isn't this working? The real reason this isn't working is because they don't tell you to use your highest uses of traps. So that's one of the reasons. Um, we can also, we're gonna build out a little bit more here, just a simple tunnel. We're gonna have a simple death trap right here. Let me just, whoops, did not mean to place that. Yep, okay, so we're just trying to find our wall darts here. Wall darts are really good and useful, so I suggest them a lot. And then they're all gonna try and get to the base, so like if you can prolong them getting to the base, that's the main idea. So you're gonna wanna just have them go outwards, and then right here, all we're gonna do is place hella wall darts. Wall darts are everything in this main build. It is everything essentially. Because wall darts, believe it or not, people may say they're not useful, but they are actually really useful. If you use them the right way, they will 100%, 110% help out a lot. So right here we are just going to use a simple gas trap actually, because you only want to use these when they're one layer down or you don't have another on the other side. So gas traps, even though they have less usages, they're still pretty effective. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually spawn kill them for the first part of this. So for up until like wave 15, they should be spawn killed here if I do this properly, which I will. So uh, so you just need to use a lot of these because these are really useful, believe it or not, especially since they have high uses. So the ceiling zap traps, otherwise known as ceiling electric fields, are really useful. In my opinion, probably one of the best traps Epic has came out with. Although they don't really do updates anymore. um, Wait, why won't this place, man? Come on. Uh, so this is basically just a spawn kill right here, just for the first few of it. Okay, and then we are chilling. We are going to put a sound wall so they all dance. And then we're gonna put some wall darts coming down. And then another sound wall right here. And also, don't worry guys, we will be putting a base here. Because you need a base. You just, you need this part. So, like, basically, if you guys ever want me to test this so you guys can tell that it works, 100% I will test it. So the reason I don't put much here is because they will spawn over here and they will break the floors and stuff. So they do spawn quite frequently over here and stuff. So if they do break the floors, we can always fix that. But that's only for the first wave, which this is pretty much AFK, if not entirely AFK. I've tested before and it's gone to wave 29 without being touched, and the amplifier got touched once in wave 30, but it was AFK, so. Another thing, never place, so like if I place a wall here, like a floor here, if it, because the spawn will automatically break it, so that's useless. So pretty much what we do here is we will, honestly, we don't want to really like do much. We're gonna clip them right here. And then right here, we are just gonna have a little sound wall. So now we have sound walls on both sides, right? Yes, we have sound walls on one side. So look, we clip them here. Whoops, I did that backwards. Whoops, that is my bad. We have, what is happening with my building? This is my bad, guys. We have a sound wall over here, wall darts over here. This way, when they're crossing over here, they will get hit by this wall dart when they are stunned. And as I said, this whole base is basically wall darts, wall darts, wall darts, wall darts. And then a lot of ceiling zaps. And then right here we can just place like a broadside because, no, we'll place that because it really isn't used over here, so. And they do spawn back here, otherwise I'd build like this. Which honestly, it's worth just in case if you do have a chance that they don't spawn back there. But they most likely will, so even if they don't. So this is basically the main build. If I'm being honest, it's pretty much the build, but for this part, let me just, he's up, he's upgrading everything. Um, Guys, also, if you guys want to join Twine Cheeks, feel free to, guys, because we do giveaways there, we do everything there, and come here, come here. Isn't it the best server? It's just the best server. Yes, sir. So, we have builders there, we have, like, everything that you could possibly think of, and there's hopefully going to be even more in the future. So, yeah, that's an exciting part of Twine, is we just keep growing as a community. It is a great community. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So we can break those, like those little things. Oh, and now for the floors. Honestly, it really depends on your type. For the first part, where there's all these wall darts, I would honestly place tar pits. The reason we are placing tar pits instead of an actual trap that will kill them. A, tar pits, depending if they have an element, they can kill them. B, tar pits will also slow them down, and it will give a lot of time for these electric fields to kill them. Sorry, Lucky. um, it really depends on your person, on like your preference, but I stick with the with the tar pits they also have very high uses. So going over here, I'm also gonna stick with the tar pits. Up to here, I will stick with the tar pits. Then for when smashers get through a little further, we will have retractable spikes. Why? Because they have a lot, and I mean a lot, of health. Depending on the ones you use, they will have tons of health, and it is honestly is just overpowered. So we are going to use a lot of those in this build as well. Then we're just gonna place this, so if they come down here, it's instant death. It's really not that fun for them. And then we'll place a gas trap and two of those. And then when they come down here, there's gonna be stuff over here too. For this direction, when a wave comes this direction, which will be next, because this is north of home base. First one and a few other ones are always north of home base. Storm Shield also, it doesn't have to be that packed, because if you've done endurance before, you know Storm Shields only get hit once or twice. Possibly 3 or 4 times if you are unlucky. But for this is the main build for the first one. Also, if you want, feel free to like put stuff over here and stuff. It really does not make that much of a difference though. So, for the most part, I stopped them right here. This is basically the trap tunnel, the idea, the main part for right here. And always make sure all this should be third tier, no matter what. It, depending on how much metal you have, if not everything should be third tier in this entire build. So, next, we are just gonna make our way over here. Make sure all of this is closed off. Also, guys, I do have a cold, which might be another reason why you might hear me breathing in the mic so heavily, because I do have a cold and it is not enjoyable. I felt under the weather for quite a little bit now. So here we're also gonna put just a little bit of a reinforcement. So if we need to, there's a reinforcement. And also for floors over here, because they can't get out here, so it don't really matter right there. And floors over here, once again, I would do 2 of the tar or the freezing. Wait, how much do my freezing have? Let me see. Depending on the durability too, you always want to use your most durability items. So I would use tar pits here in this scenario. What? Okay, it was glitched for a second. Okay. And then over here, I would use some reactable floor traps. Just upgrade. Also, the floors only have to be upgraded to tier, depending on what you want. If you have enough metal, tier 3, tier 2, it don't matter. But I'd upgrade to at least tier 2. But if you don't have to, like, say it's really not needed, like you don't really think it's needed, feel free. It don't really make a difference. It's all about your personal reference. Um, so, and then also another thing is we have to actually cover the amplifier. Because yes, believe it or not, they get hit by 2 waves from different directions. That is also very fun. Not really. If you couldn't tell, that was very sarcastic. um, Also, I'm one of those people who do not like building up to things, so if you see me fall a few times in this video, that's why. Okay, so this is gonna be a video for the first one, and then the second one is gonna be another video. Someone just joined, by the way. So also, it also gets hit from over here, I believe. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it gets hit. Wait, I'm confused. Wait, one sec. Where does it get hit from? Why is so many people joining? Does it get hit? No, it doesn't get hit over here. One sec. I'm trying to think, guys. My brain is not working. Wait, where does it get hit from? Oh, wait. I think that one only gets hit from one direction. That's what it was. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, does it get hit from over here? Wait, Lucky, come here. I think that one only gets hit from one direction. Am I right? Wait. Yeah, this only gets hit from one direction. Yeah, I was gonna say because there's no way that they come from this little spawn area. Yeah, this one gets hit from one direction. Okay, I was confused for a second. Only gets hit from there. So either way, just for safety, it gets hit from here. So that's the one direction it gets hit from. So I forgot about that. That is my bad, guys. Lucky, do you need more metal? Oh, okay. Um. Oh, okay. You have 100K. So also, just build around the amplifier, in my opinion. Also, Plankerton, it's not always AFK. You're gonna need to stay till zone 5 in order to kill the UFO, and then you really should be good from there. It's just the UFO on 5 that you really need to worry about. Also, these have very high durability for freeze traps. I don't even think they need it from over here, but just in case, we are going to put it anyways. Um, just upgrade these to tier 2 or tier 3. Sometimes people like tier 3 just to make it look prettier. Honestly, it's all about your opinion. It doesn't really matter. Uh, um, so now, while Lucky's doing that, we are gonna work on the home base side. So yes, we have this huge wall, like ridiculously sized wall. Let me just pick up that, get my metal back. So right here, they spawn right over there. Yeah, essentially. So what we need to do is we don't need to do an overhang here. It's pretty simple. We're gonna do well, technically yes, we need to do a little bit of an overhang. But since over here, they do spawn right here, sometimes, depending on the thing, they'll come down here. So we do need a little bit of a block off here, only for up there. So we need that block off, and then, one sec. Okay, so we do need to go over here, build a little bit of an overhang, just in case if we ever need it. Okay, now for over here, they come from every direction, right? So what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna want them to come down from two directions. So right here, what you're gonna do is you're going to build basically a little bit of a trap box. Because they do spawn right here. So honestly, we can have one less. If we really need to, we can put a little bit more less. So they spawn, if I'm correct, back here and a little bit up here. So what we really need to do is actually, it's been a minute since I built stonewood. I mean, Plankerton. We honestly just need an overhang. I was thinking this was candy for a second. My dumbass thought it was candy. Uh, so what we need to do is we essentially just need to build up a little bit. We need to build 3 out. Honestly, break that just so those zombies that come over there can't get through. So we're also gonna just place that there. So now they are forced to come down there if they go over there. Now we're just gonna build 4 out. In some spots we can only build 3 though. So that's the only thing. Right here you can only build 3. I'd build 3 honestly. It really depends. If you want to build 4, you can build 4. My preference 3. It's much easier, more simple. It doesn't really take a lot anyways, so that's the nice thing about it. So you honestly just have to place a lot of these ceiling zappers is what I call them. So as Lucky upgrades all of that, we will be chilling over here. And yes, you guys might be saying this is a waste of traps. Not really. If you have the traps, use them. Because the traps are very useful, especially in Plankerton, because depending on how you use them, they are very effective. You can also just do block offs, I guess, but it's more building, and it's way... You're gonna need the building space for Plankerton. So, right here, really all you have to do is... Why did I do that? It's tarpets, 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 tarpets. Because this is only the first line of defense right here. So right there, it's just all tarpets and obviously ceiling traps. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering, hey, what if they get through back here? Okay, great answer. We use this just to block them off. You don't even have to build up here. It takes way more space than you need. So that was just to get up there. This is just for here. You just go like this. So that's basically all that is. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a little bit of a block off, not too much. And then you do your half walls, of course. These really don't have to be upgraded if I'm being 100% honest. These are just for extra protection. Um, but also if you want to upgrade them, feel free to upgrade them. It doesn't really matter. So if they get past here, it's basically just a death wish. They're gonna be slowing down and they're not gonna be able to make it through essentially. Yeah, a lot of people say use cones and stuff. Yeah, I do like using cones for the block off still, but at some point it's just not really needed to use cones, I guess. It's just something people like to do. And if they make it this far, they're just instantly dead. So it don't really matter. Over there. 1 second, and of course we can use these over here. So it's not that big of a deal. If they make it through, they're pretty much killed either way. So at that point, what are you thinking? Oh, it don't matter, right? No, it still matters. Cause over here you have to just make sure that you are chilling over here. And for the most part, that's the whole front. We just need to place traps on these walls right here. We're gonna place wall darts and yeah, we'll be chilling. Not wall darts, my bad. We'll place these dynamo traps. So essentially, that's the whole front of the build. Not too much, not too little, just the perfect amount. And yeah, oh, they can come over here. Not really. You just need to block this area off with a nice cone. That's really it. And right here, this is the whole front part of the build. Oh, but what if they spawned right behind there? They won't. They don't spawn there. The furthest they spawned is right here. They spawned up on these. So we are chilling over here. Now if you have this, aka D for his home base, um, D is way more difficult than you would think. So a lot of people have D and they don't have this amplifier. One reason, that amplifier is a pain. They come from that direction, and that direction. They come from three directions. So if we use D, it is way more simple because they come from over here, which is very easily built for. All you, yeah, all you have to do, I think he's just clearing right now. Really, all you have to do is a bit of block off. And obviously, you're gonna need to use quite a bit of traps here for when they do get to the higher rounds. So, yeah, it's pretty simple in my eyes. It's just really, it's really just like placing some stuff and you're done with it. That's really all it is. And then, of course, we are going to have more of these ceiling zap traps. All against this wall, we are going to have, and right here, we are going to have ceiling zap traps. So essentially what this is doing is, as I said, they're the most use that I have right now. So if you have ones with higher uses, that's even better, honestly. That's so much better because you can like honestly do anything you want with that at that point. So it's a pretty nice when you have a lot of traps to work with. However, right now I don't have the most, so we're gonna have to go with what we have. So right here, what we're doing is we're gonna put some tar pits, and then we are going to place a sound wall right there, just in case if they do for some reason manage to get up, which they should not. So essentially that's right there. So that's to spawn trap them. And yes, you guys might be thinking, what about this tunnel over here? They really don't like to go up the tunnel. All I'd really say is watch out from over here. Block this off right here, and then place a few things right here. And you should be chilling. Like on the other side, all you have to do is place a few things, and you are chilling. And yes, obviously you're going to want to place some stuff in here, but not that much. No reason to really waste anything over here. So really all you're gonna do is place a lot of darts. Wall darts, wall darts, wall darts. And then, of course, we're gonna use our handy dandy wall puncher, wall launcher. I go a wall puncher, a little bit more of a fun phrase. And, yep, of course, come down here. We're just gonna block that off with a nice little thing to block off with. And with that, that's really all we need here. So then you guys might be thinking, oh, what if they make it past? That's when you have a nice another line, a block off to make sure they don't get past. That's really that is really basically the main build. Just a lot of block off here because the more block off you have, obviously, quite the better. That way, they're not going to be able to get through, they're not going to know what to do, and they're going to be pretty confused. So, they're going to try and go around, and once again, they're going to get stopped. So, all we have to do here is upgrade these to second tier. These can be second, third tier, all on your opinion. And then, oh, what if they come here? There's nothing there. They won't be able to come here, and they're stuck here. Also, you can just place that there if you really are concerned about it. And, of course, a little bit more block off won't be any hurt to anyone. So, so really, that's basically all you have to do for this. I don't think that's a big deal right there. They won't make it past here. And if they do, well, then they're just insane because they won't make it past. So, and you guys might be like, oh, you're using so much structures for later on. Basically, the whole thing of this is just block off. That's all it really is. Let me see if I can get my wall dynamos down here. Oh, it's not working for some reason. It usually works, but for whatever reason it's not working. So just place wall darts on the back of these. And they really shouldn't be able to get through. I don't know if they get through. Sheesh, I don't even know, man. They're just built different. Dynamo for floor? No, no, no. For like walls, but it doesn't let me place now for some reason. Honestly, since we're doing this, might as well just third tier all of this, just to make sure that we are chilling. Alright, now since we have all of that third floor, what about over here? This is quite a big space if you ask me. They come from down here and they make their way up here. So they also tend to spawn here, which is another reason we had this block off. So we can place a nice little retractable traps right here. And then we'll have a little bit of a fun time zapping them. So this is basically just like it's not really this isn't like really a big spot that they come obviously, so we're not gonna overdo it. A lot of people build up right here. That's a big mistake. Cause when they build out up to there, zombies can walk on it and get to away from them. So you're gonna want to build one up, two up. That way it's secured. But here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna knock like this. We're gonna go like this. Three out. And now look, you're one, two, three. Cause we know that if you're three, we know that essentially you have to be three up in order for these ceiling zap traps to work. So look, one, two, three. And just because, why not? We are going to build a huge trap box right here. Also, they can come down here, so we don't want that there, obviously. Because they could easily just break through there. Can you repair over here? Can you upgrade over there? So from there, really what the main thing is blocking off over here. Blocking off that tunnel. And a lot of things that people forget to do is, of course, block off right here. Because a lot of the zombies will go around, and we don't want that. So, we're always starting with the build, if you couldn't tell yet. We always start with the builds. So, also, we will go back and finish, like, collecting stuff. This is a great time to go back. Whenever you're low on mats, feel free to just go back and grab more because it's better to just, I don't know, it's basically common to just do that, so why not? So now we have hella mats. He has 100k, so I mean, that's quite a lot of mats, especially in metal. So metal is really useful for endurances. I love it a lot. It brings out stuff in the endurance, and it's quite hard to break through. So also, another thing, this is the tornado round. Over here, this is the tornado round. So you always want this to be third tier. Third tier, third tier, third tier. So Lucky actually has more health with his stuff. Lucky can't come here. So if you have a friend that's really high power level, since I'm not that high of a power level on here, can you build something real quick? Like a floor? Like right here. Okay. Now upgrade it. I want to see what your max is. Make sure that they don't... Okay, so I think we have the same max. But always make sure he's going to upgrade it one more time. Make sure that they have a higher max, or if you have the higher max. That way, it's harder for these tornado levels. Okay, we have the same max. Okay, thank you. I just need to know that. Um, so I didn't know 100%, so that's also why. Like, if you have any questions and you don't know the answer to, feel free to just like, I don't know, just like you can talk to your friends about it. You can basically like, you can talk to anyone on the channel about it, anyone in general. So we're just chilling right here. Of course, we need to build right here. Do you have your pulverizer to get all the stuff out? Just use your pulverizer. So basically, essentially what we're doing here is we're gonna increase the damage going into the traps. And also, whenever you're entering one of these, you're always gonna want, if you have your entirety of, so if you have the entirety of your walls as before you go into your trap tunnel, you're gonna want sound walls a lot of the time. That way, it will drop everyone's like the propane tanks on the ground. That way, they will die much easier, much effective. It's very effective. I like it a lot. I use sound walls a lot, and in my opinion, it's just really effective in general, and I love using them. So, yeah. So then there's two ways that they can go. First way over here, and right here is a very difficult area to build on. So what you're gonna do right here is, instead of building, I know a lot of people build all the way up here, we're gonna stop the building right here. Why I do this, a lot of people may say, oh, this is dumb, why are you doing this? And the reason is because if you build all the way to the amplifier on some parts of it, A, it's very messy. B, it's not the most effective. Because if you think about it, you build right up to the amplifier and you leave that open, that's not gonna come out really good. It's gonna end up with them breaking through your base, and it's just not gonna be good. It's just not a good thing whenever they start breaking your amplifier. So, a lot of block off, as I said. A lot of people just place tons of traps, but no, this is mostly block off and a good amount of traps. So, next we have over here to build. I'm just trying to get up real quick. Okay, thank you. Thank you, game. Okay, that's always an issue right there. Getting up. So, also, right here, a lot of people don't know, they will zap from different directions, so it's also useful to have them there. Right here, we're just gonna build a little bit of an overhang a little bit, because you don't really need to upgrade those walls unless you have the metal, which in this case we have we have a lot of metal. So over here, for whatever reason, if they do break in, which they might because they are demons at times, um you can just build that. And then just build something like this. It's quite simple because they do come from that direction, and we want to make sure that that is fully blocked off. So now that this main part's done, we just need to make sure that we pretty much are good. So they can't make it up there yet. However, they most likely could, depending on lobbers, if lobbers make it this far, which I very highly doubt. We just have to place floors here, which they shouldn't really get over here, so they shouldn't even make it this far. So a lot of wall darts, and that's basically a huge part of the build here. You could also, I mean, you could also do something like this and like place things here and have them shoot here. But yet again, it's not the most effective. And um, one sec. What's the range on? It won't let me add it for some reason. I'm literally clicking it, it just won't let me add it. That is very interesting. Okay, so I guess it doesn't want us to add it there, so that's fine. Also, we're just gonna do a little bit in here. It's pretty much this is pretty much about that build. And also, like, you can't really build on this amplifier, which is a pain. So you can just put some, obviously, you can place some retractable traps in order for them to die right there. And then when they go through, they obviously have to drop, so it's not that big of a deal. As long as we have those walls upgraded. And that should be the main part of this build. Of course, you can have that over here, like upgraded and shit. But, I mean, it doesn't really have to be upgraded. And then, of course, we're just gonna have lots and lots of block off. So we're just gonna have lots and lots of block off here, just in case for whatever reason they do make it this far, which they really shouldn't. But if they do make it this far, place electric ceiling traps. That should take care of them. One sec, let me just upgrade that. And then we're just gonna build around the base like normal. Someone's calling me for no reason, which I don't get. But it's a spam number and they keep calling me, so that is very much fun and appreciated. Haha. Anyways, so yeah, that's essentially that build right there. They shouldn't really get through as long as all this is upgraded. And of course, as always, we are always, because this is the one with the rocket. So there are a lot of rockets here. This is the space rocks. So we're just gonna spam all of these that you can. And yeah, that's essentially mostly that. We're just gonna place some of these here, just in case there's something's lobbed over here. We're gonna place some up here. and in general, just some over here. So E, it's a more difficult one. It's pretty much, you don't have to do the ones that are just scattered. You don't have to upgrade those. Why am I being spammed? Okay. One sec, guys. I need to go on mute. I'll keep doing it just to make sure you guys watch. Um, yeah. As he said, also use constructors as they give more. Um, they will give you more structure health and more trap durability, so that also helps a lot. Um, this one we're just gonna mainly do this. Yes, if you use the right loadout. Also, if you have that, I suggest putting on the base, because the base, you can just sit there and use a mat farm if you want, or if you're actually into the base and you're actually interacting with it, you can just honestly do whatever. So we don't have this one here. This is what I'm used to doing a lot. So as far as E, they spawn down here. So we are going to, we don't want them to come up here. This is not the goal. If they come up here, no, just, they already spawn here. They spawn right here, and they spawn down there. But for, if you have this one, they will spawn down here, so watch out for that. But for now, they're over here. So I honestly would just start with the basics as always, and that would be just making your little trap tunnel all the way up, which they should not go further than here, but just for purposes of traps, we go up here. So hopefully they don't make it this far, but I'm just gonna add some traps just in case if I forget, like a dumbass I am. I probably would. Um, so that's basically one of the things we're doing right now, is just basically, yeah, that, I don't really know how to explain it. We're just putting a lots and lots of traps here, and it should be good, because then, as I said, always place a few here. You're gonna want to place one here. That way, no matter what, they are offsetting of each other. So if one doesn't get hit from this one, they should get hit from this one. And if that doesn't work, we can always place a little bit of a tunnel for different traps. So this is very useful. Actually, I suggest using this a lot, this technique of double-siding the traps. And it's very efficient, in my opinion. This is a very efficient way for the traps, because they're forced to go one way or the other, and either way, it's a boundary of death. So, this is what I do. I would honestly, bro, I'm not building correctly right now. Place a sound wall there, and place a wall dart there. So now that we have our wall darts down, they all have 68, this is 57. So also, depending on the durability you use, they won't have as much durability, but for the most part, they should have pretty damn good durability, especially since they're wall darts. Um, that's also another reason wall darts are really, really, when I say really, I mean like really good. They're really like, and then we don't want them coming this way, so we're just gonna block this off. We are just blocking this off. We're just gonna block all this off. just because we need the space. Also, I honestly would do something like this to get them through. So, in case they do come through, it should be pretty damn painful for them if they do manage to find a way through. Which, most likely, hopefully, they shall not. So, next, we are just going to have that here as more block off. And we're gonna break this rock because it is in the way, so I think it goes without saying tier 3 always, because tier 3 will just help so much, and it's honestly just a lifesaver having a tier 3 build. So and then if they make it up here, they are going to be stung with some wall darts. Okay, and from here I really don't think that they're gonna make it through, but in case they do, just place those. Oh, I need my upgrader guy. Upgrader man. That's your new name. Upgrader man. And this really, as I said before, this build is basically all block off. It's really useful though, and it honestly doesn't take, it takes a lot of metal, but also metal because why? Because we don't want them breaking through, especially those stinking smashers. So next, can you go grab metal for me? So we're just gonna place a lot more of those, thank you. So right now what we're doing is we're placing 3 up. Why, you guys might be asking? Well, basically 1, 1, 2. Oh, yep, that's 3. So basically this is pretty self-explanatory. We are using a lot of these traps right now. Why? Because these traps have the most uses, as I said plenty of times. So right now this is obviously going to be the best trap to use, and basically what we're going to do is just of course have, whoops, we're going to have a nice push back of the wall. So they will get flung right here, and they will get sent all the way over here. And then when they come back, they'll have a nice little surprise waiting for them. So then whenever you have these 2x2s, you're always going to want to have you're going to want to have tar traps all the way over here. And why, you might be asking? Oh, that way they get stuck there. And it's pretty easy for them to not get around, but at the same time, it's really hard, because they're gonna get zapped from above, they're gonna get hit below, they're gonna get hit everywhere. So it's just not a good experience for them. And then if they try and get around again, some nice block off.